Hey there, everybody. Here we are in Game 3 of the 1973 World Series replay between the Oakland A's and the Mets. We're going to get started. The A's are in Shea Stadium for the next 3 games. And it's going to be Bert Campaneris, Joe Rudy, and Bando playing basic Stratomatic. It's going to be 5-8. It's going to be off Seaver's card. It's Tommy Seaver today versus Catfish Hunter. We're using the actual lineups of the third game of the 73 World Series. It's going to be 5-8. Off Seaver's card is a strikeout. Tommy Seaver, also known as the franchise. 5-7 off Seaver's card. Strikeout number 2, and Sal Bando's up. The Mets pulled out Game 2 by a score of 1-0 on a Jerry Koosman complete game shutout. Very, very exciting game. The Mets had their first hit of the game in the top of the 9th inning, and Felix Mian's triple drove in Wayne Garrett for that victory, and the Mets tied the series at 1 game apiece. This is the third game of the series. Sal Bando, 6-7 is going to be a ground ball, second base, and that's Mian. 13. Mian's a pretty decent fielder at a 2. 13 is going to be a ground ball that Mian handles easily over to first. 3 away. 1 up, 3 up, 3 down, and the Mets coming to bat. The Mets will bring up Wayne Garrett, Felix Mian, and Rusty Staub. Wayne Garrett had the first hit for the Mets yesterday. A single in the top of the 9th inning. And that's going to be a 2-9. A 2-9er is a single for Garrett. So Garrett reaches base as the first hit of the game for the Mets. Felix Mian. That's a 5-3. A 5-3 off Catfish's card. And that's going to be a fly ball right field. And in right field we have Reggie Jackson. That's a 10. He's a 2 right fielder. And that's going to be an out. Jackson gets under that one. Handles it easily. Oh, it's going to be Rusty Staub. 4-2 under Catfish's card. 4-2 is a line out to Gm3 at first base. That's 2 away with the runner still on first. And it's Cleon Jones. And it's 3-8 off Jones's card. A 3-8 is going to be a ground ball to Campaneris. Campaneris over to Green for the force, and that'll be 3. So Mets get a hit. They leave a runner on. Go to the top of the second. Reggie Jackson. 4-7. That's off Seaver's card. 4-7 is going to be a split, but requiring a 1 for a double. Otherwise, it's going to be an out to center fielder, and that's an out to center fielder. To the center fielder, Don Hahn. Gm3, another power hitter. It's going to be a 5, a strikeout. Seaver gets him. swinging. And Vic Davalillo, he pinch hit in yesterday's game, gets to start today. That's a 6-5 again. 6-5 is a strikeout for Seaver. That's Seaver's 4th strikeout so far. Alright, so we go to the bottom of the second, still score 0-0. It's going to be Johnny Milner leading it off. Jerry Grody and Don Hahn. Love saying that name. 4-10. Catfish Hunter, 4-10. A line out to second baseman Green. Catfish is going to be signed by the New York Yankees. And he's going to go on to have an injury-riddled rest of his career. Never really pans out with any really big seasons with the Yankees. He had some above average seasons, I believe 1 or 2, but then he starts getting injured and doesn't do much after that. Okay, Jerry Grody's up. It's a 5-5 on Catfish's card, and that's going to be a fly ball to the center fielder Davalillo. And we have Don Hahn. 3-8 off Hahn's card, and the 3-8 is going to be a walk. So Hahn reaches base, and Buddy Harrelson, light hitting, but slick fielding, shortstop for the Mets. That's going to be a 4-7. That's going to be a strikeout. He gets Harrelson looking for his first strikeout. And that's going to be the end of the inning, and the Mets lead 1, the walk. And we go to the top of the third. Score 0-0. Ray Fosse, a 5-8 off Seaver's card. A 5-8 is a strikeout, 5th strikeout for Seaver. He's got these Oakland batters confounded at this point. 2-7 strikeout on Green, and now it's the pitcher Catfish Hunter, and he's a 3-batter card. We got that out. See what happens here. It's going to be a 6-4. It's going to be a grounder to Mian, and Mian handles it, and that's going to be 3 away. So 3 up, 3 down. He's Seaver's retired 9 in a row. We go to the bottom of the third. Score still zip, zip. So Catfish Hunter is pitching to Tom Seaver, and Seaver has a 2 batting card. It's going to be a 6-10 catcher's card, and Fosse is a 2. It's going to be a foul out to Fosse. Back behind the plate by the screen, and Fosse makes a catch there. It's 1 away. Garrett is the batter. It's going to be a 2-11. And it's going to be a walk to Wayne Garrett. He singled last time up, and this time he gets a walk, so he's been on base twice in this game. Felix Mian. It's going to be a 4-7. A 4-7 is a strikeout. Highly unusual for Mian to strike out. It does happen. He struck out 22 times in, 638 at-bats. He would choke up halfway on the bat. You see it nowadays, and you wouldn't think it would be possible. I mean, he practically has his hands on the barrel of the bat. I mean, he was a tremendous contact hitter, a great hit and run guy. That's for sure. I just can't visualize that happening today. Rusty Staub, there's 2 outs. Garrett is in first. And Hunter looks over, but Garrett doesn't have much of a lead. And here's the pitch to Staub. It'll be a 3 off Staub's card. A 3-7 is a fly ball, pretty deep to left field. And Rudy goes back, and he's going to make the catch. And that's the 3rd out of the inning. So the Mets lead 1, the walk to Garrett, and go to the top of the 4th. And it's 0-0 the score in the 1973 World Series replay, pitting Jim Catfish Hunter against Tom the Franchise Seaver. Bert Campaneris. 3-11 on Campaneris' card is going to be a split. Single is a 1-4, otherwise it's an out. It's going to be an out, a line out to Harrelson. Boy, that Harrelson, he's got some quick reflexes out there. He'll surprise you with the arm that he has. And that's a 6-4, and that's going to be a ground ball to Mian. Mian handles it easily, flips over to Milner at first for the 2nd out. Seaver's retired 11 in a row now, and Sal Bando. It's going to be a 4-7 off Seaver's card. A 4-7 is going to be a split. 1 is a double, otherwise it's an out, and it's a 10, so it's a fly ball to center field. And Hahn is under it. So 3 up, 3 down. And we're going to the bottom of the 4th. Still no score. Rusty Staub. So it's 4-10. It's off Hunter's card. A 4-10 is a line out to Dick Green. 1 away. Milner's up. Milner led the Mets in the power numbers. He had 23 home runs. That was Cleon Jones was the last batter who lined out to Dick Green. Milner had 23 home runs and 451 at-bats. So he's got decent power for the period. He batted .239, so there's not much there. And he lined out to the second baseman last time at bat. That's going to be a 5-5 off Catfish's card, and that's going to be a fly out to the center fielder, Devilillo, for the 2nd out of the inning. And now Jerry Grody. It's going to be a 6-7. It's going to be a ground ball X to the second baseman, Green. Green is a pretty good fielding second baseman at a 2. And that's a 19. It's probably going to be a re-roll. No, actually it's not. It's an out. He handles the grounder easily, flipping over to Tennis at first for the 3rd out of the inning. So after 4 innings of play, no score, we go to the top half of the 5th inning. Reggie Jackson, outspoken right fielder who's going to go on to sign a huge contract with the free agent contract with the New York Yankees, and is going to take them to multiple appearances in the postseason. Jackson eventually hits 3 home runs in the World Series against the Dodgers. The following year, he has a candy bar, a New York candy bar named after him, and the field is suddenly covered with the candy bars after the giveaway day. Jackson blasts a home run, and the fans take all the candy bars, throw them on the field. There's a long delay where people have to pick up all the candy bars, and so that's very a memorable moment in Jackson's career for sure. All right, so we have Reggie's up, and Tom Seaver. It's 2-4 off Reggie's card, and the 2-4 is way back. That ball is a no-doubter. Jackson got all of that one, and he puts one out. And now the A's take the lead 1-0 on Reggie Jackson's blast to right field against Tom Seaver. Gene Tennis has good power, 3-5. 3-5 is a walk. So this looks like it got Seaver a little flustered. It's a 4-pitch walk to Gene Tennis. And the catcher, Grody, is going to go out to the mound and have a quick chat with Seaver. And it didn't help very much that Reggie hot-dogged it around the bases a little bit. He's been known to do that. So Vic Devalio with Tennis at first. It's going to be 4-9. And it's going to be a strikeout. So that chat that Grody had with Seaver seems to settle him down, and he records his 7th strikeout of the game. So one away. Tennis is at first, and Ray Fosse. It's going to be a 6-10. It's going to be a catcher card X. So 1 on a catcher card X, and Grody is a tremendous defensive catcher, and that's going to be a strikeout. That's the 8th strikeout for Seaver, and it's to Green. A 4-3 is a walk. So that's a close pitch. They really wanted that one, and the umpire gives it to the batter, calls that pitch outside, and that's the second walk given up by Seaver in this inning. There's 2 outs, runners on first and second, and Catfish Hunter is the batter, and he's got a 3 batting card. It's going to be a 4 off Seaver, a 4-8. It's a pop out to Mian, and that's going to be it. But the A's come up with 1 run on 1 hit, Strand 2, and the A's now lead it in the bottom of the 5th by a score of 1-0. Don Hahn. It's going to be a 6-5 off Catfish's card. It's going to be a ground ball to shortstop Campaneris. Campaneris is a 2 shortstop, and it's a 5. It's going to be handled easily by Campaneris. Over to first, 1 away. Buddy Harrelson, the batter, here in the bottom of the 5th. Harrelson struck out in the 2nd inning. It's off Harrelson's card. 2-11 is going to be a pop-up, a high pop-up, and it looks like Green is going to call it, and he makes the catch. It's 2 away. Tom Seaver. Seaver's card is a 2 batting. It's a 1-6. A 1-6 is a strikeout. So that's going to be the 3rd strikeout for Catfish Hunter. And that's 3 up, 3 down. See, Hunter's retired 8 Mets in a row. And we go to the top of the order for the A's. Campaneris, Rudy, and Bando against Tom, the franchise Seaver. 1-6, and that's going to be a strikeout. The 9th strikeout for Seaver. Joe Rudy. 3 off Rudy's card, a 3-3, and that's going to be a ground ball, a hard-hit ground ball to Harrelson. Harrelson rifles it over to first. That's 2 away, and Bando. The off Bando's card, a 2-5 is a walk. The 3rd walk given up by Seaver. Ever since that home run, he started to lose the plate a little bit, probably being overly cautious, knowing that the Mets haven't scored, and Catfish Hunter is really dominating right now, the Mets hitters. So Seaver's being cautious, But now he's facing Jackson with Bando at first, and Jackson hit a launched one to right field in the top of the 5th inning. So here he comes up again. That's going to be a 4 off Seaver's card. A 4-6 is a split triple single, a triple on a 1, and that's going to be a 14. Can't really see it. It's a 14, so that's going to be a single, and Bando goes and stops at third. So first and third, and Gm3. Gm3 is the batter. He walked last time up, struck out in the 2nd inning, and he's got good power. He hit 24 home runs, batted .259. Plays first base, catcher, second base. It's a 1-5 off of Tennis's card. A 1-5 is a walk. So that's the 4th walk given up by Seaver, and the bases are now loaded for Vic Davalillo. We're using the actual lineups from the 3rd game of the 1973 World Series in this replay. It's going to be a 5-12. A 5-12 is a ground out back to Seaver. Seaver handles it easily and flips over to the first baseman for the 3rd out of the inning. So the A's strand 3 runners, 2 walks and a hit, score no runs in that inning. And Seaver pitched himself out of trouble there after loading the bases with 2 outs. He gets Davalillo to ground back to the pitcher, and we go down to the bottom of the 6th. Still, the score is 1-0 Oakland A's. And Jim Catfish Hunter will face the top of the Mets lineup: Wayne Garrett, Felix Millan, and Rusty Staub. Let's see, off of Catfish's card, a 5-4 is a fly ball X, center field X. Davalillo is a 3. It's a 14. And Davalillo is going to get there. 1 away. Felix Millan is up. It's a 4-8 off Catfish's card. A 4-8 is a pop-up to Bando. Bando calls it, and that's 2 away. Rusty Staub against Jim Catfish Hunter. It's a 2-10. A 2-10 is a single. So Staub laces one to center. And Cleon Jones is the batter. So that was the 2nd hit for the Mets in the game. Wayne Garrett led off the top of the 1st inning with a single. And now in the bottom of the 6th, the Mets get their 2nd hit. So there's not much going on offensively for the Mets. Here we go. Cleon Jones. It's a 4-3. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Hunter. Hunter handles it, bobbles it a bit, but has time, and over to first for the 3rd out, and retires the Mets. The Mets leave 1 runner on base, the single by Staub, and we go to the top of the 7th inning. Fosse, Green, and Catfish. A 4-8 off Catfish's card. It's a pop-up to Millan. 1 away. Dick Green. 5-11. It's a fly ball X to left field. It's a 15. Mets in left field have Cleon Jones, who's a 3. It's a 15. And that's going to be a single. Jones doesn't have the wheels to make it there. And it's going to be a single for Green. Ball just dropped right in front of Cleon Jones. Must have gotten a slow jump to the ball. And Catfish Hunter is going to bunt. Let's see, 9. Oh, so that's not okay. So it looks like they're gonna throw out Green going to second base, and so it's a failed bunt, a sacrifice attempt. So the catcher throws over to Harrelson. Grody throws a rifle, a bullet, to second base, and Green is out, and Seaver is now at first base on a fielder's choice. So Seaver is on at first. I'm sorry, Hunter's on at first, and Catfish Hunter. Okay, it's just an average runner. All right, Campaneris. There's 2 away. Hunter's at first, and Bert Campaneris. So off Seaver's card, a 5-7, and that's going to be a strikeout. And that's Seaver's 10th strikeout of the game. So the Mets get out of that inning, giving up 1 run. After 6.5 innings of play, it's the A's 1, the Mets nothing. Jim Catfish Hunter, pitching a shutout for the A's. So far, he's given up 2 hits in this game. It's the bottom of the 7th. He'll be facing John Milner. That's a 3-7 off Milner's card, and that's going to be a walk. Jerry Grody is going to come up. It's going to be a 1-8. A 1-8 is a pop-up to Green. Don Hahn, 3-3 off Hahn's card, and that's going to be a split, double to number 15, single after that. That's a 4, so that's going to be a double for Don Hahn. Oh, looks like I misread that. It's a 3-3, and that's going to be a walk for Hahn. A walk for Hahn, putting runners on first and second. Buddy Harrelson is up. Four eight is a pop-up to Bando. And we're going to have to see a pinch hitter for the pitcher, Tom Seaver here. It's going to be Beaucamp, Jim Beaucamp is going to bat for the pitcher. Let's write him in real quick. All right, so bottom of the 7th is Beaucamp, pinch hitting. It's going to be 4-10 off Hunter's card. 4-10. It's going to be a line out to Dick Green. And that's going to be the end of the inning. So the Mets leave 2. Catfish gave up 2 walks there. The first 2 walks actually is the second and the third and the 4th walk for Jim Catfish Hunter in the game. But the Mets do not capitalize, and we go to the top of the 8th. It's going to be a new pitcher for the Mets. It's going to be Ray Sadecki. And he's going to be colored in blue. I color in all my my relief pitchers and the boxes that they begin to pitch in. We're going to color at least 2. He's going at least 2 batters here. Okay. So it's Joe Rudy. Let's put him up. Let's pull Seaver and Ray Sadecki. 5-8 5-8 is a fly ball to right field. One away. Sal Bando. It's a 4-4 fly ball center field. And that's Han. Gets into that one. And now Reggie Jackson, who's basically driven in the only run of the game with a home run, a towering shot into the right field bleachers here at Shea. It's going to be a 6-8. A 6-8 is going to be a split. A 6-8 is going to be a split triple. A 1 is a triple, otherwise it's a single. And it's a 5. So Reggie singles. It's his third hit of the game. He singles to right. And Gene Tennis. It's going to be a 1-5 for Tennis. A 1-5 is going to be a walk. Sadecki gives up a walk. And Davalillo is coming up. And we're going to have another pitching change. We're going to have Tug McGraw come in. Tug McGraw. And McGraw is going to be yellow today. 2 outs. Runners on first and second. And McGraw. So Sadecki retired the first 2 batters, but then a single by Jackson and a walk to Tennis brought out the manager. And Yogi thought it best to bring in You Gotta Believe McGraw. Tug, You Gotta Believe McGraw. And Davalillo's up. It's going to be a 2-5. It's going to be a fly ball off Davalillo's card. A fly ball to right field. And that's going to be Staub. He gets there easily, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. So it's no runs on 1 hit, and the A's strand 2 going to the bottom of the 8th inning. And Mets coming to bat. Wayne Garrett. Wayne Garrett has single, walked, and fly to center. Maybe 4. A 4-10. A 4-10 is a line out to Dick Green. So we've seen a lot of lineouts. They've been hitting the ball on the nose, but just right at somebody. And Felix Mian. It's a 6-4. 6-4 ground ball to short, X. And that's a 5. Campaneris is a 2. It's going to be a ball that Campaneris handles easily. Over to Tennis, 2 away, bottom of the 8th inning. Rusty Staub. And it's 5-7. 5-7 is going to be a split, double, single. It's a double, 1-12. And it's a 4, so that's going to be into the gap. And Rusty's going to pull up at second base with a double. He's got 2 hits, and he's hit the ball hard all 4 times at the plate today. So we have Cleon Jones now in the bottom of the 8th, and it looks like we're going to have a pitching change. And will it be Darryl Knowles again? He's pitched in the first 2 games, and out comes Knowles, and he will be pitching for Oakland. Darryl Knowles, in the actual World Series, pitched in all 7 games. And we're trying to do the same thing here. And he's going to be a green. I use colored pencils. to kind of make the pitching release changes stand out a little bit. So there's 2 out, a runner on second, Staub is on second, and Cleon Jones is going to bat against Darryl Knowles. 3-8, so it's going to be off of Jones's card. A 3-8 is going to be a ground ball to Campaneris. Campaneris feels it, rifles it to first, and that's the 3rd out. So the A's get out of that one. Darryl Knowles comes in, throws 1 pitch, and gets Cleon Jones to ground out to Campaneris, stranding Staub at second base. We go to the top of the 9th. Ray Fosse, Dick Green, and the pitcher spot. Okay, so we have Sadecki and we have McGraw in there. Still have McGraw. Let's pull him out here. Okay. Top of the 9th, Ray Fosse. Say 1, 2, line out to second base. So Mian is there. He grabs it. And Dick Green, it's going to be 1-8. 1-8 is going to be a split. Single is 1-11. That's a 14. And that's a line out to 4. Mian grabs that one as well. And now we have we have the pitcher spot. We will see a pinch hitter. Deron Johnson is going to pinch hit for Tug McGraw. We're replaying the 1973 Game 3 of the World Series between the Mets and the Oakland A's. The A's are up 1-0. Top of the 9th inning, there's 2 outs, and Deron Johnson is going to bat for the pitcher spot. So we're writing in a couple of things here. So Tug McGraw is pitching for the Mets. He's going to face a pinch hitter, Deron Johnson. Gonna have some things fly out into the field. And they got the ball boys running out there to pick up, looks like it's a beach ball. The beach ball's rolling around out there in the outfield, so the bat boy's running out there to track it down. Okay, so here's the pitch to Johnson. Say 3-6. A 3-6 is going to be a ground ball to Garrett. Garrett over to first for the 3rd out of the inning. So, in the bottom of the 9th, that's going to be all for the top 9th. 3 up, 3 down. In the bottom of the 9th, we're going to have John Milner, Jerry Grote, and Don Hahn. And for the Oakland A's, it's going to be Raleigh Fingers. And Raleigh Fingers are going to be red. I usually use red for the relief pitchers. The closers. So, filling in the spots that he'll pitch. All right, John Milner against Raleigh Fingers. Raleigh Fingers had a 1.93 ERA in 127 innings pitched, a 7-8 record, and he had 22 saves. So it's 1-5. It's off of Milner's card. 1-5 is a strikeout. So he goes down and strikes. Jerry Grody, say 1-8. Say pop up to the second baseman Green. And Don Hahn, 2 away. Don Hahn, say 3-9. A 3-9er is going to be a hard hit ground ball to Campaneris. Campaneris gobbles it up, rifles it over to first, and that's the ball game. That's the ball game. The Oakland A's pull it out by a score of 1-0. Reggie Jackson's moonshot to right field was the only run of the game, and the A's now lead the series 2-1. I hope you enjoyed the game, and subscribe, like, comments, all is appreciated. Thanks, guys. So for this game, Catfish Hunter gets the win, Raleigh Fingers gets a save, and Tom the franchise Seaver takes the loss. He gave up that home run by Jackson. So take care, guys.